Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling then good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
This episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing comes to you by the Block Fam, H.W. Wicks Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. Also by the Track Titans. And we'll be right back after this. We're going to get it started. All right. We're about to go ahead and get it cracking. First of all, let me go ahead and say we went from this microphone right here. This is what we started with. And we ended up with this beauty that's right in front of me right now. And I have to say thank you to Mike Hennigan, Eric R., Trey X, the rest of the Block Fam, also H.W. Wicks, and the Track Titans, because their contributions is one of the reasons that I'm able to get this beauty right here. And I figured I'll go ahead and let you guys see it as we go ahead and handle our business. Now, there's been big talk about the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, whether you enjoyed the fight or you didn't. Many people were saying how bad Mike looked and everything like that. Well, I'm one to say the man is 58 years old. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. He went out there and got himself a bag. Now, every person that I spoke about was like, oh, I hope Mike don't get knocked out. This is before the fight. They were saying that, Jake was going to knock Mike out. Some people was hoping that Mike knocked out Jake, but for the most part, most people were saying that the age difference was going to make via the thing. You know, some of you guys called it fake, whatever. Take your head off to Netflix and give them some props, because whether you like it or not, they put boxing in front of a lot of eyes. I mean, a heck of a lot of eyes. You can't even deny it. Think in your mind, how many people have Netflix? Oh my goodness. Y'all give me one hot second. Y'all gotta forgive me, because whenever one of my little ducklings call, I'm gonna answer the phone. So y'all gotta forgive me on that. But let's get back to it. Hey, Netflix put a lot of eyes on boxing. You gotta go ahead and just say the truth. A lot of people got to see Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, Mario Barrios going against Ramos. Those were two hellified fights, and I mean hellified. Now people complain and say that Mike looks slow. Hell, like I say, 58 years old. You got what you wished for. Mike didn't get knocked out. Some of you didn't get what you wished for because Jake Paul didn't get knocked out. Salute to my brother Trey X that just fell into the building. So as I'm saying, you know, neither one of them got knocked out, but a lot of eyes got to see the sport we love through Netflix. Yes, the streaming was slow and everything like that. I heard a lot of people complaining Netflix just, you know, they weren't prepared for a live event of that magnitude, I suppose. They had plenty of people in the arena. The stars came out, even if it was just to see Mike, just to see if there was a glimpse of the old 90s Mike. And with that being said, you know, I'm not going to rag on Mike. I'm not going to rag on Jake Paul, because for the simple reason, everybody pretty much and their mama got Netflix. You know it like I do. Some people even sharing it, whatever, but they were watching. They were watching. And Texas got represented by Mario Barrios. Man, did he have a hellified fight with Ramos? He dropped Ramos. I got crunk. I ain't gonna even lie. I got crunk instantly. Like, yeah, Mario, go ahead and do your thing. You know, we can make this happen. Texas, baby, Texas. And then he messed around and got dropped. And I was like, uh-oh, look like we in a difficult fight here. This ain't gonna be no walk in the park. Mario gonna have to come on with it and make things happen. And that's just what he did. He got up, bit down on his mouth guard, and kept fighting and went to work. Yes, he, you know, it's not like we not used to seeing him in a strong, tough fight, but it is, and it always will be beautiful when you see somebody bite down on their gum shield, dig deep, and fight back hard. Now, I felt this is just my opinion, you know, I'm no expert, but I felt that Mario did enough possibly to overcome and win the fight. I really thought he had won. I thought he had pulled it off. I thought he dug deep enough. But the judges didn't see it that way. But they didn't penalize him for not in my opinion. He got to keep his belt. It ended in a draw. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably didn't want to see anything end up in a draw, but it is what it is. My boy Eric R said, "Yep, now all these fighters want to jump in there with Jake Paul. They could have did the same thing, built up their own following. How you let a YouTube tuber leapfrog y'all?" Well, Eric R, I'm gonna have to say in that situation, one, Jake Paul surprised everybody by attempting to even come into the boxing world. But the man, in my opinion, has a flair for marketing and doing things to get people's interest. And that's exactly what he's been using in boxing. Once again, you got to take your hat off to him. He done gave these, giving the women the biggest purses that they've received. He's getting them to the bag. And once again, like I said, he's bringing eyes to the sport. I know it leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, but I done got over that. I done got to the point where I'm like, man, if he keep doing what he's doing, getting eyes to the sport, I have no complaints. Now, as far as the other fighters that's trying to jump in there with him now, they could have built up their profiles and everything, what have you. True. But I think in the situation with a lot of the fighters, the pride got in the way because they looked at it like most boxing fans. They looked at it like Jake Paul was making a mockery of the sport, and they just didn't want to be bothered with it. They thought it was a simple foolishness. But now I think that they see how the money is starting to roll in and how his events are turning out. I think they're starting to see, hey, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this could have been a good business move for me. We'll see how many of them actually get a chance to make the business move where they can get on there and get in front of eyes. Now, as far as seeing them fighting Jake, I don't think that that's a move that he'll be making because, one, a loss is not going to stop him from doing what he's been doing because we've already seen him lose to Tommy Fury. I think that the problem would be we don't want to mess up the brand. And I'm not saying we as I'm a fan of Jake Paul like that. I'm saying we as this is the way they're probably thinking. We can't get knocked out because that'll mess up the brand totally. This is their thinking, I believe. So as long as he can keep, having fights where he have good showings, I think everything will be all right. A lot of the fighters are looking at it like I just refuse to fight on the undercard of a YouTuber. But business is business. And if you have a chance to get in front of more eyes than you've usually been getting in front of, why not? Why not make the bag, go out there and let people see your skills and the things that you have and your tools and make it happen instead of beefing with the guy? Because one fighter that I wish could bury the hatchet and go ahead and do business is my girl Clarissa Shields. I really wish her and Jake could come together, come to the meeting table and do business because I think it'd be good for her. Not that she's not doing well on her own already, but it is what it is. Back to the Mario Barrios and Ramos fight, though, man. That was a hell of a fight. It was, dare I say, the appetizer. I can't even give it the appetizer. I would have to say that fight. Yeah, I say not appetizer. I say it was part of, let's just say a 3-course meal. Yeah, that's it. They were the first part of the 3-course meal. And they proved to put on a hell of a show. Once again, I got to give it up for my boy Mario Barrios because he representing the 210. And he went out there and did his thing. He didn't lose his belt. But shoot, I would have liked to see him go ahead and get that win. Speaking of the girls, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Before I go into that, don't get me wrong. I respect his hustle. I'm just saying, he ain't doing anything they can't do. And he doesn't have to fight anymore if he don't want to. I think he built his brand enough. Okay. With that being said, though, listening to him talk, the boxing bug has bit him. The boxing bug got him. He claims that he loves it. He loves boxing and he don't want to walk away from it. He wants to stay in the ring and do his thing. He say to stand on being a promoter, Shield and Paul would be a perfect match for the sport with Serrano on her way out. That's a good point there. She needs to see what she needs to do to bury the hatchet. Okay. I can agree with that. Everything you just said is good points to it. You know, with Serrano is older and getting ready to go out. Not only her, but Katie Taylor on her way out too. She would be a great addition to what is it, MVP, MVP promotions. But you know, all we can do is sit and wonder and hope that it all goes well. You know, that's all we can do is sit and hope. But right now, don't forget The Fire Within. She got that movie coming out in December. I, for one, plan on going to try to check it out because I'm excited to see how they laid out her life story and to see where she came from and how we got to this spot right here with her. But the fight. Katie Taylor, Serrano. When the fight started off, you know, we weren't, I don't think, 10 seconds into the first round, and Serrano caught Taylor with a good shot, sent her sprawling back to the ropes. And she seemed to be a little hurt at the time. But Katie fought back. And it was so reminiscent of the first fight where Katie was going back, taking a half step back, and unleashing a flurry of punches. That Serrano seemed like more than happy to stand there and go toe to toe with her. Because Serrano is a pit bull, in my opinion. She's a girl pit bull that ain't playing when it comes down to it. She really goes hard in the paint. And that headbutt over the eye, some would think that Katie was really, really being dirty, leading with the head. But, you know, Serrano and her team said they were ready for that. They knew that she was going to fight like that because she fights like that all the time. Then you got a lefty and I believe a righty going head to head. You know, you expect to see some headbutts sometimes. But when a person loses a point and still wins with the margin of victory that they said that Katie Taylor won unanimously, I just found that hard to believe because Serrano was not just out there getting beat up. That was not the case at all. But it is what it is. Now, I hate to leave y'all like this, but I'm going to have to. I got some stuff going on. I'm not finna leave the live. But one of the ducklings have just showed up, and I gotta help her and the babies get in the house real quick. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a quick track while I go take care of this. Y'all just give me a second, please. I promise I'll be back so we can cook. Shit, this would be the perfect time to have a co-host. Where the hell is Hyphy? Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna give y'all something to listen to while I go help my baby. Man, well, my apologies once again for having to bounce out like that. But just to give y'all an idea what's going on, I've been with my wife for 35 years, and tomorrow is our 27th anniversary. So My little ducklings are starting to show up so they can help celebrate their mother and father's anniversary. Now, as I was saying, turning my camera off because I'm smoking. I don't want children to get the wrong idea. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's fight was not that wide like the judges scored it. This is my opinion. I think here, looking at it first live, first thought, it's my opinion that Serrano beat Taylor again. I feel like she edged it off in the first fight, and I believe she edged it off in the second fight. And right on cue, y'all give me a second, right? Ooh, Lord. So with that being said, I feel like Katie Taylor beat Amanda Serrano beat Katie Taylor. I feel like she edged it off. But to hear that absurd scorecard, like she just got dominated, god dang, I don't even know what fight they were watching. Because to me, they were not watching the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight. They just weren't. I haven't had the pleasure of watching it again in slow motion, like I like to do when it's a serious, tight, close fight. But I will get a chance to look at it again and see if my thoughts of her edging it off are true, or if I made a mistake. I have no problem with saying when I make a mistake on what I thought happened in the fight. First of all, just so you guys can let me know, I want to know how you felt about the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. Now, remember, don't judge too hard, because we do know that as Jake Paul is steady saying that he's a fighter, we do have to remember that, this man just started. You can't really expect him to go out there and beat a fighter that's really dug in and ready to go. Maybe put him in front of a journeyman or not contender. What's the other name? Help me out. The name before you become a contender. A prospect. Yeah, put him in front of a prospect or something. Get his chops wet like that. Like I said, we saw him fight Tommy Fury, and he ended up with a loss. People thought that he was going to go away after that. He didn't. He actually, prospect. He actually stuck with it. Thanks, Eric R. He actually stuck with it, and and kept going. He's still pushing the envelope, trying to see how far he can go with it, and keeping these people, keeping the fighting fans on edge, because they still hoping that this man gets beat up, knocked out. I think a lot of boxing fans just want him to go away. Well, this is one boxing fan that does not want him to go away. I want him to keep doing what he's doing, so our ladies and the rest of our boxing can get eyes on it. His mean scene crew to some people, but for the most part, this man, like Turkey Al-Sheikh, is a shot in the arm that boxing needed. Now, I know that Turkey can end up getting a few boxers beat up because of the cards that he's making or that he wants to make, but people are still watching and fights are being made. And that's what we complained about the most. We complained the most about fights not being made. PBC having their fighters only fight once a year. Top Rank and Matchroom and PBC can't get along so they can make the cross the street fights or what have you, cross promotions. By Turkey Al-Sheikh coming in the way he did, he was able to at least bridge that gap. Jake Paul hasn't bridged that gap quite as much, but he is bringing eyes to the ring, and they putting butts in seats, and that's something that our sport needs. because it was just not too long ago that people were saying that our sport was trying to die. And we can't let that happen. He say, Eric R says, I like the Jake Paul versus Ward idea. They probably gonna do a tape next. You know what? Ward, I don't know. You know, people probably would look at Andre and be like, no, Andre, if you're gonna come back and deal with Canelo or something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure people are still watching, but I don't know if Andre should waste his talents and skills on Jake Paul. No disrespect to Jake, but I feel like Andre is levels above the man, and he's not as old as Tyson. He left the game fairly early. What, 34 fights undefeated, or was it 32? 32-0 undefeated or 34-0 undefeated? I can't quite remember right now, but that is that is the thing. And speaking of Andre Ward, you know, I read about Trey X put it to me. I read it in the Discord about Better Beard. A brother said people would absolutely love to see Ward give Paul that work. Yeah, I know. I'm sure they would. I'm just, well, shoot, I guess that's just me on the way I was thinking. I was like, you know, Andre, if you was to come back, I would like to see him come back and deal with Canelo. But, you know, that's a big dream. But if he came back and came back to deal with Jake Paul, one, it would be actually a fair fight as far as him picking up Jake Paul, that is, actually fighting somebody his size and weight. You know, Mike Tyson, in my opinion, landed a good, what was that? A good straight left when Jake Paul was in range. Bagged Jake up pretty good. And he caught him with a hook that, in my opinion, caused Jake to say, you know what? I ain't trying to run up on this old man like that. Yeah, he ain't moving fast and his legs might look bad and everything. And Mike was looking, you know, he looked like he aged right in front of us. But he finished that 8-round fight. You know, he finished that 8-round fight, which, in my opinion, was a victory within itself for him, because the last time we saw him in a professional fight, I believe he didn't come out. He didn't answer the bell. He quit in the corner. And I believe that probably was eating at him. And this was a chance for him to go ahead and finish. He finished the whole fight. Win, lose, or draw, the man went out there and handled his business. Appreciate it, Eric R. 32-0 Andre Ward is. And yeah, my boy say Ward ain't going to fight Canelo. He been out too long. I believe if the opportunity arose for a Canelo fight, a real true, I think Andre, I think he'll step back out there. I think he would step back out there. I don't know. Listening to him talk at times, you know, he convinces me that he doesn't want to get back in the ring. And then listening to him at other times, he makes me seem like, you know, he kind of missed it and he has that little hunger and he would like to get back in the ring. Trey says Ward turns 41 in February. Nobody expects him to fight top level fighters. Oh, I didn't realize that he was in the 40 mark. Yeah, I be looking at these guys, man. I look at them and I forget to actually put ages to them and everything like that. It's like when you look at your sports or TV shows or what have you, you don't really expect those people like to leave. You get to enjoying them so much to they're just a facet, a fixture in your mind. And every time they get ready to do something, you just, yeah, you know, I look at Ward. I'm looking at Ward like when he went out there and made the Crusher stop, quit. So yeah, you making sense. Thanks for throwing it out there and letting me know the man 41 years old. Sheesh. I guess a Jake Paul fight would make some sense. Yeah, I want to see Jake in that 40-foot ring with 14-ounce gloves on with the SOG. Son of God. That's right. That ring did look fairly large. Looking at it and thinking back, that was a pretty big ring. Put him in a smaller ring. But, you know, enough about Jake Paul. I want to get back to Serrano and Katie Taylor, and that, in my opinion, crappy judged fight. But you know, I feel bad for Serrano. Amanda, she seemed like she was holding back the tears, you know, letting her dad know that letting us know what the deal was. She had promised her dad she was going to bring the belts back, and she failed. You know, she came short. And that was the ugliest, I mean, a very ugly cut on her eye. That cut was horrible. But she returned the favor, and I don't think it was with the head, but I think she cut Katie Taylor with her fist, with the gloves. So, you know, a cut for a cut. But that headbutt crap, man, come on, we got to do way more better than that. Way more. Ward is more of a perfectionist. He'd have to come back with a couple of tune-ups, B-Hop, and Lights Out of the type that would just jump in with Canelo if they were young enough. I feel you on that. But that part of the time is gone. It's a whole new slew. You know, the old out with the old, in with the new, and the new is starting to fall in. I say pretty good, pretty well. Not to mention, this also came across my board. I'm talking about what went on this weekend, but I saw this come up. Don't know how true it is because it is with a question. Oh shoot, put that back up there. I'm messing with the wrong thing. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. on February 22nd. I had to read it like that because there's a question behind it. If anybody knows if this fight has been set, please let me know so I don't get myself in a frenzy, hoping that this is a fight that's going to take place. Reason being said is because it's a chance for Jaron to correct the last showing. You know, his last showing wasn't that great, and that wasn't because of Jaron. That was more because of Chukajan. See, I remember this name. I hope I'm saying it right. Chukajan. You know, Chukajan came out there and was ready to fight. Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, is a great step up for Boots. And we'll see what's going to happen. Can Boots go out there and actually show that he's the guy and he's what he's been built up to be? Because I've said, I don't think he's overrated. I just think the competition that he's faced was more underrated. Am I saying that right? No, not. He was overrated. I think a lot of his competition, his competition wasn't enough to actually say he was all that. You know, me going against a 12-year-old, I can look like the greatest hooper ever. Well, if I still can hoop, if I was still young, you know, had both arms good, you know, you could beat up a 5-year-old, you could look great. Skills is not all there, but Ortiz and Ennis, I think that should be a good test for both of them. Actually, it should be a good test for both of them, but more so a chance for people to really gauge if they are really as high on Ennis as they claim. That's a loud plane going by. So I just wanted to bring that up to see if it's even true or not. If somebody knows about it, please let me know. So I don't see that happening. I think Ennis' confidence or ego had to have taken the hit on that second lackluster performance versus Karen. Well, he can't turn down he shouldn't turn down a fight because of a bad performance. Like I said, that performance was more of a situation for him to really learn about himself. One, you don't go on the ring overlooking the competition. I don't give a damn if you were in the ring with him the first time and you felt like he did run the whole fight. That don't mean that same situation is going to take place. Jaron Boots Ennis needs to go ahead and just tighten down, get himself together. I'm going to say it again. His mental, in my opinion, because he went into the ring over pretty much, in my opinion, overlooking Chukajan. Keep your eyes on the prize, young man. That's the only way to be the great that you claim and want to be. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. Every opponent is an opponent that has the potential to beat you. Every opponent. So that means you should look at it like every opponent is a champion. That's how I would say. I would have my fighter every time you go in the ring. This fella on the other side is a guy trying to take what you got. He think he the champ. Go out there and show him he not. But we'll see if it comes on, if it gets announced. I will, excuse me. I will tune in and have my eyes on it. But here's the thing right here, exciting. Bozy is the one who got exposed. All he said, let me just put that on the screen because that's too little for me to read it off of there. I think my boy fitted. All he said was, get him out of there every round. He was awful. I agree with you on that, bro. And I did a small video. I think I did I talked to the people. Anyway, yeah, he was just talking about get him out of there. He overlooked, instead of telling your son, go out there and get him out there, go out there and get him out there, go out there and get him out of there. He should have been telling him, hey, we need to go ahead and stab that body with the jab. Start stepping around him. Start putting some pressure on him. Start filling in those holes that he's leaving. Cut the ring off. Corner his ass. Quit letting him get away. Let the knockout come. Go out there and box. But Boots, in my opinion, he went out there and kept trying to get him out of there. And that went against him terribly because Chukajan wasn't coming in there to get knocked out. He wasn't coming in there to just get beat up. And he definitely showed that he wasn't coming in there to run around. He came out there and he fought his ass off. I mean, he fought his ass off. Uh-oh. Eric Austin, a lot of fans are talking about Bozy like he's Bill 2.0. 2.0. Suspect in the corner. Dang. You're going to hit him with that one right there and say the man is getting put in like he's suspect? Okay, then. Okay. But Lala D said that, Lala D said that she felt like Bozy was more at fault. Trey, you like the third or fourth person that said that they felt like Bozy was more of at fault than Boots. But I still feel like Boots kind of overlooked Chukajan. He could have did better, but he didn't because Chukajan surely didn't look at Boots the same way. He went out there because he knew Boots hit hard. So because he let us know that he felt like Boots hit hard. So he was prepared and ready to go to do his thing. And he went out there and showed. He earned his check, in my opinion. He earned his check. Now, here's something, because I got to talk about this. So I end up spending some time watching some MMA. Bam! John Jones, and the guy that he's fighting, I can't think of his name. But what I can tell you is this guy was touting by a lot of the people that watch MMA, the announcers and everything. They were talking about just how good this guy was. Let me pull up this, what my brother saying real quick. It's not hard to overlook a man you've already shut out. They should have been fighting. They shouldn't have been fighting in the first place. I give you that. But, we know that, what's that fam? The Normans, they pulled the old, I wanted my son to make $1 million, go home with $1 million with that bull crap. We find out that the story they was telling us and everything just didn't pan out. And they screwed themselves. They could have had that fight. You're right. Normans could have had that fight. I'm trying, but they screwed up and took themselves out the running. Dumbasses. But, I said it once. I'm going to say it again. Some of these fathers need to realize I can only get my son so far. And hats off to you if your son became a champion up under your watch. But once you start swimming in that water with those sharks, you have to be ready. Ready. He say, I don't know why body work wasn't number one on the menu, considering how the first fight played out. he should have definitely committed on picking him apart with the jab and breaking down the body. That's boots against Chukajan. That's who Eric R is speaking about. I don't want y'all to think it's this picture this up. He also said Jones is his favorite fighter. My brother comes in and say Jones' opponent was old and hadn't fought in years. We won't put cables on it like D'Lo says. No, we won't put cables on it. I think his boy, if I could remember, Yasser had let me know that his opponent had been out for 2 years, I believe, and he said that Jones had been out for a year. I think, bro, it's just I don't know. I'm not putting cables on it, but when the news came to me from my older brother that Jones hasn't lost a fight in 15 years, I think that's what my brother said. And the one that he did lose, he ended up getting disqualified because he did something egregious in the fight. But he destroyed that man. He destroyed that guy. When they went out there and started off, and he took old boy to the ground. And I'm saying this because watching Jones in that fight, I would love to see him again with somebody that's fresh. I hoping that he's fresh too, because he is the first guy that I've ever seen in MMA that used pretty much every tool in the box. When he took that man down to the ground and they started grappling, I was surprised. I watched Jones pin the man hands down, use his head to batter him in the chest. When they were up against the cage, he used his shoulders. I mean, he used everything that you would consider legal in that fight. He used all his tools. And those kicks were just vicious. Oh my goodness, those kicks were vicious. But that spinning kick, he kicked that man so hard. I was like, man, that was horrible. A terrible kick, and it was a thudding sound. I can't even make no joke about it, man. It was just watching him. I was very impressed as far as MMA goes. But there was another fight, and I don't know either one of the combatants' name. Tall brother and the shorter guy that fought, I think, right when Trump got there. And man, old boy was working old boy. The taller fighter was working the smaller fighter and making it happen. Smaller fighter ended up getting on top of him. And some kind of way, the taller fighter put a move on it. I think he used his legs and just squeezed so hard that old boy couldn't breathe. I still haven't figured out what made that guy tap. But he tapped. He tapped like a son of a gun. Let me see. I hate he was juicing like Barry Bonds. They never needed that. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Trey X says, I think Enos expected Karen to move around all night like Amir Khan expected Chris Algieri to move around. They got surprised. Exactly. That boy Chukajan came in there and let it be known to me right out the gate that he was not going to be running around and Enos was not going to have him just, folding up and ducking. That boy came out there. He surprised me the way he came out there and fought, because I heard him say that he was going to come out there and fight in the presser. But I learned that you don't listen to these fighters all the time when they say they're going to do something, because they had your ass losing money. But Chukajan, I got to give it to him. He came out there and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He fought. He fought and fought well. He said, I got you, OG. Jones kicked that man so hard, you had to take a dump. I feel you. That was a crazy kick. Crazy kick. Like I said, I was moved totally by that fight and seeing the man's skills. Not putting cables on it, because I'm not an MMA guy. I don't really watch it that much. But that showing from John Jones was a great showing. I enjoyed that. And the fight was it the fight before that? It was 2 fights before that or a fight before that. MMA put on a good card that night. They had a few good fights that was quite enjoyable. And what can you say? It was a hell of a weekend for some combat sports. I loved every bit of it. Oh, excuse me. I started reading something. Got hung up. So, shoot. How y'all feel about the stuff that went on this weekend with the fighting? But before I get off of John Jones, this is it coming up Saturday, February 4th. Man, on Prime Video, PBC is bringing out a pay-per-view. David Benavidez versus David Morrell. This is a fight that I know I've been clamoring for. A couple of the Block fan members been clamoring for. This is it. David Morrell versus Benavidez. Listening to him in the press conference, Benavidez is mad, aggravated, upset, talking about breaking Morrell's mouth because he talked noise to his dad and everything. Emergency fighters, can we see that happen? Can this take place? As my brother Trey X loves to say and says it so eloquently, let's see what happens when they start getting hit back. When they start getting hit as hard as they giving out. Let's see who folds, who's going to bend, who's going to break. David Benavidez last showing was against Demetrius Andrade in November, where he handled Andrade, and then I think he moved up, and that's when he I can't remember the guy he fought to become the interim champion in light heavyweight, but he did that. And David Morrell is also touting the belt, which caught me by surprise. Don't know why, but this is a clash that we've been waiting for it to happen. Wished it would have happened at the smaller weight class at 160. What was it? 168. But now they're at 175, and it is what it is. We're just gonna see how this dance breaks out, and this should break out quite well. That boy Eric R said, yeah, and all that conversation, the talk was going on, but Morrell looked unbothered. Yeah, he said what he said. Whatever was said on Twitter, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It kind of got blew out of proportion. But ain't nobody trying to hear what they saying right now. Morrell didn't look bothered, and I think that's gonna be a hell of a fight. My brother Trey said, I have been saying that that's the best fight to make for years. True that. I know me paying attention, I'm kind of old. My memory don't go back too far, but it go back far enough to know that you was saying that shit a couple of years ago when they were still in 168, because you were speaking about them being emergency fighters, putting people in emergency mode. What's going on around here? This boy, get him off me. The pressure that they bring, it's going to be something to see. Will they be two immovable objects just ramming into each other like two juggernauts just going at it? Who going to give ground? Who going to show that they ain't really ready? That's what I want to know. Some people feel like Benavidez might be a little more skilled than Morrell. That remains to be seen. Whose chin can be tested? Who's going to be able to stand up and stand out against anything? And a battle of attrition. Who's been putting in the work in the gym? Who's been doing what they need to do to make it happen? That's the question I have to ask. That's the question I won't answer. And we'll be able to see that coming up in a couple of weekends, because I believe that it's on the 1st, Saturday, February 1st. That's right. Coming up. Then you got Brandon Figueroa, Heartbreak Kid, against Stephen Fulton. This is their second time meeting. The first time they met was a few years ago, and Fulton pulled it off. Brandon kept bringing the pressure like he always does. It was a close fight, controversial decision in a lot of people's eyes. And they talked about this fight. They said they've been talking about this fight for a couple of years. The Figueroa team has been saying that they want Brandon. They want Fulton again. Brandon wasn't a champ no more. I think Fulton had lost his championship. But now, if I'm remembering correctly, if my mind is serving me right, I think Fulton has a belt now, and it's about to go down. And that could be a hard fight. Pitbull against Fierro. Can he box? This is the question Can he box? We know Pitbull is pretty much one-dimensional, or has been one-dimensional. If you can box him and stay away from him, well, not stay away from him, but moving, keep your angles, protect yourself, because you know he's coming and he's gonna come hard. And if he gets you in trouble, he's gonna keep you in trouble and try to get you out of there. The boxers that actually controlled the fight with jabbing and moving and making him reset has been the ones to come out on top. Don't see him getting knocked out. You could forget that. I think he's won technically enough by keeping his chin tucked and protected with that big ass head that you're not gonna knock him out. You're gonna just have to deal with him for 12 rounds. Not saying he can't be knocked out. There's just nothing about him that shows he will be knocked out. But if that man that he's facing can box, keep enough space between him with that jab, then he might end up coming out of there victorious. Ramos Jr. and Rosario. That's also another one that should be a hell of a fight that you can dig into. This looks to be a great fight card, actually. And I'm hoping that you all tune in, because I plan on getting my eyes on it for sure. I plan on watching every round of each fight. Every round. Benavidez 154. Wait. Missing it. My brother Eric Carr said, yep, you called that Benavidez better be, you called that and better be Bivol. Yeah, he did call that. Benavidez minus 154, Maria plus 126 opening odds. Well, Friday is coming up. I did say, put me back in the game, coach. Put me back in the game. I'm ready. Jesus Ramos is going to absolutely destroy Rosario. Wow, that's big. That is big. Oh, let me move this money before I'm coming in and trying to mess with it. I got to take care of that. Just keep going out. What the hell? That's going to be uh-oh. Hyphy just stepped into the room. What's going on, my brother? He said, thank you, Netflix, for having half of America glued to their seats to watch boxing on a Friday evening. Yeah, we do have to give them credit once again. Hopefully the next time, if there's a next time, and I'm hoping there is, if there is a next time, they'll have a better dedicated server that can actually handle the live stream, so their stuff will run smooth. But they, that you're right, they brought a lot of people to the sport, and they were watching. People were tuned in because everybody and their mama, even people that I didn't think would be talking about a fight, were showing up and we're talking about a fight, actually talking about the fight. And they, a lot of people were speaking about Mario Barrios and his fight, and Amanda Serrano and her fight. So the fight card did his job. The fight card did his job perfectly, if I have to say so myself. Perfectly. So with that being said, hats off and salute to Netflix for bringing boxing to hundreds, thousands and thousands of people. Because who don't got Netflix? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got Netflix. He said the problem was Netflix servers weren't built to handle such an influx. Last Friday was a test run for when they began streaming NFL games. Oh, wow. I didn't know that they were getting ready to get into the game to stream NFL games. But if they used that boxing event as a test run, then surely they'll be able to get their stuff together and they'll be ready for the NFL. And like I said, once again, hopefully they end up getting another fight, some more fights of that magnitude with that card, with such good fights, because the undercard was great. Mario Barrios and Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor did an awesome job. They did a great job. no matter what anybody has to say as far as negativity and not liking the fact that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's fight looked like trash. You know, I don't, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what people really expected Mike to come out there and do. Be the old school Mike, the Mike that was fast and furious and could move and jump and pivot from one side, throw the body blow, that body uppercut. You know, that time is gone. I'm sorry, but you know, it is what it is. That time is gone. But I'm proud of Mike for being able to go out there and finish the fight. He got him a bag. Nobody had to worry about having their feelings hurt because Babe Boxing Idol got knocked out, because it didn't happen. He went out there and did what he's supposed to do, stayed on his feet. I still think that, and this is just me thinking, I don't believe it's set up for Jake Paul to get knocked out, because I seen Mike land 2 good punches on Jake that looked like they shook Jake. And then, not to mention when Jake fought, what was the MMA fighter's name? The short guy that he knocked out in their second fight. Oh, shoot. I can't remember his name. But in that fight, he landed a good punch on Jake. And it seemed like after he landed that good punch that kind of shook Jake, he kind of got off the gas. I still believe that it's set up that Jake is not supposed to get knocked out, because that part right there would just really kill the brand. The problem child wouldn't be that much of a problem anymore. My brother Trey X said, I gave Mike the first round. I knew that was all he had, though. The fight went how I expected, basically, a sparring match. Oh, there you go. I didn't expect Mike to go out there and I didn't expect him to go out there and be Mike Tyson, not the Mike Tyson of old, the Mike Tyson that everybody's accustomed to seeing and doing things like that. He went out there and just handled his business as best he could. I didn't realize, honestly, because, you know, if you really think about it, all the footage that we saw of him sparring, not sparring, but working out, we never really saw him using any footwork. We always saw, you know, him moving and punching the guy in the suit with the suit on, the boxing suit. And that's pretty much what we saw. Saw him hitting the bag a few times, but we really never seen him in motion. Like, you know, you see all other fighters when they train. So they kind of, you know, they promoted it the right way. They showed the right kind of footage of Mike and everything like that. When I heard him say that he had to get 8 blood transfusions and he lost 25 pounds in the hospital and he still trained and got himself back into the shape that we saw that night to fight, man, my hat goes off to that man. My hat goes off to that old warrior. Mike Tyson did his thing. My boy Eric R said, I never expected Mike to win. I didn't want Mike to drop him. I just wanted Mike to I did want Mike to drop him one good time, like a flash knockdown. Oh, you just wanted to see him get knocked on his ass. You wanted Mike, you know, that would have had a great reaction, I believe. People would have lost it. They would have went crazy. Mike dropped him, boy. People would have been really tripping. They'd have been talking that talk and everything. Hell, I probably would have even came up with some fly stuff to say. I know you would have. Your jokes in the bag ready to go bust at any second. He said Jake got a good team. Yeah, that part. He does have a good team. He said the reputation and the past memories of Mike Tyson far exceed the realistic expectations of Mike Tyson. Many forgot he has been retired for over 2 decades. You're right. But it's like, you remember the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe? When they brought the old Gladiator back from retirement, who he's supposed to have been a free man, and the Caesar went back and got him, and that crowd remembered his greatness for who he was. And that's the same thing with people with Mike Tyson. It's the great memories that we hold from the 90s and the late 80s of the young, fierce madman, the young, fierce bull that comes into the ring with a towel over his shoulders with a hole cut in the middle of it. Black boxing shoes with no socks. Hellified movement from his waist going side to side. The footwork, he had footwork, not, you know, where you see him dancing around, but just being able to place himself in the right spots to drop those punches. Yeah, that's what people remembered. And they were, you know, somewhere deep in their mind, that younger them was hoping to see that Mike Tyson show up. You know, we have to be realistic, like you say. That just wasn't possible to happen. You close this window because there's too much going on. I'm still with y'all, though. I'm still with y'all. Give me a second. There we go. That background noise is killing the show. Where was I? My boy said I was annoyed seeing Mike's team treating him like a Make-A-Wish kid every time he did. Boy, you need to stop with that. You need to stop. My boy Trey X say, I gotta see Gladiator 2. It comes out on the 22nd. Actually, I gotta see it myself. I want to see it. Denzel Washington gonna be in it. I want to see how they gonna lay it out. You know, Gladiator 1, the first Gladiator, my wife's favorite movie. It ranks pretty high with me too. I really enjoyed the hell out of that movie, and I'm hoping this one can do just as well. It can do just as well. He say, oh, they talking to somebody else. He said, one thing for certain, Mr. Alice Shea is definitely going to give Netflix a call in the very near future. I don't even know why. You know, he got his own lane that he can handle his thing. So calling Netflix, he got access to the fighters already. But, you know, you never know what business minds might come up with and what they might do. You know, we just have to sit back, wait and see. Excuse me. But Gladiator, yeah, man. Shoot, the 22nd? 3 more days. 3 more days. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see that. I want to see that movie myself. Dang, I wish it came out tomorrow. That could be part of the gift for my wife for our 27th anniversary. She don't know it, but I'm finna go in there at midnight and unveil. Where is it? I got her a Michael Kors rose gold watch, and I'm excited to give it to her. I want to see the reaction on her face and everything. He said, I don't like old man Roy's commentating. He sees stuff too far ahead and states the obvious. That nigga won't let you even imagine hope. He likes Mike's legs are gone. He ain't finna do nothing else. Roy was calling it like he saw it though. He was like, yeah, I don't like. He said, I think it was a punch that Mike landed. I mean that Jake landed, and Roy was like, oh, Mike's hurt. His legs ain't there. His legs are gone. His legs are gone. Come on, Roy. You're spoiling it for everybody. He said, I'm damn, Roy, I can watch. Can I watch instead of you just telling everything? Let me show y'all what I'm telling about. This is what I got. This is what I'm giving to my wife for her anniversary. She don't know. She don't even know what's coming. I've been having it for like 2.5 months. Michael Kors, baby. I've been having it for 2.5 months, hid in the house, in my studio / office. Do you know how hard it is to hide stuff when your wife always touching your stuff? It's hard, but got it done. Anyway, what was it? Back to it. Shish. So let me get that out the way. This is the fight card that we're gonna see coming up on Saturday, February 4th. first. So we still got December to wait, but it's not like we're gonna be just dry waiting because Usyk and Fury 2 is coming up. Excited about that. Don't really know what's going on with Gervonta Davis and wow. Just like that, I forgot the man's name, and I've been saying his name so much that it should just pop out instantly. But I forgot. Wow. Talk about a brain fart. Yeah, it's almost impossible to hide stuff with women in the house. Yeah. Plus, it's just, you're right. It's just hard to do it. Now, y'all know how I always praise my kids and talk about how great they are and everything like that. But I realized something last weekend because my granddaughter did something that amazed me. She did something that none of my children that I can remember to this day has ever done. And that was knock on the door before she entered the room where her grandfather was at with the door locked. My children, barbarians, savages. My granddaughter, perfect, princess, elegant. She knocked on the door. My 5 children, like I said, they barbarians. I thought they was the greatest of greats, but I realize now because my granddaughter has shown me the light. Grandpa, they just bust in your door like it ain't no thing. But that's my babies. I'm looking forward to the Brandon Adams versus Andreas. I'm not even screw that name all the way up on Friday to determine the winner of the tournament. I wish you was here to elaborate on that a lot deeper, sir. I like Brandon Cannon Adams. Brandon the Cannon Adams. I've learned that I have to slow down when I'm talking. I could rap and the words come out, but when I get to talking and just chilling, they fumble up sometimes. Can't understand it. Must be some kind of tick. Must be some kind of tick. So, make sure I got that on there. Sure do. So, question being, was everybody satisfied with this weekend's battles? Tevin Farmer, I saw his fight too. He did pretty good. He was working on it. Didn't get the win. Good fight though. Good fight. Tevin Farmer showed me some stuff. But yeah, he ended up on the bad side of the card that night. Bad side of the card. Boxing has been going pretty smooth without the likes of without the circus of Haney or Garcia, Shakur, Tank. Things have still been moving quite well without those names, which lets you know boxing is in good hands and doing quite all right. Quite all right. Hey, Grandstone. He said, laughing out loud, yep, my kids kicked the door open like 300. I'm like, okay, keep playing if you want to. I'll give y'all baby boy vibes one day. Gonna look at me like your mom's boyfriend, like your mom's boyfriend? Nah. Farmer exposed Zepeda. That's the guy's name, Zepeda. Yeah, but they screwed Farmer. But Farmer didn't he drop Zepeda? Am I thinking about the wrong fight? I'm thinking he dropped Zepeda, but I know he was sticking Zepeda with some good shots. Yeah, Zepeda might have threw some flurries every once in a while, but Farmer seemed to get the better. Get myself situated. Farmer was getting the better punches off. To me, the more telling punches. He was poking and prodding Zepeda in open spots. He fought a good fight to me. I really thought he looked good in that fight. But like I said, he ended up on the wrong side of the damn decision. The wrong side. Can y'all hear me? Because it don't look like my mic is okay. I see. Shoot. Some bad decisions this weekend. Katie Taylor and Serrano. Like I said, to me, Katie had edged out the first fight, and she should have, in my opinion, got the nod on the second fight. But I was so nervous when she got the headbutt, when she caught the headbutt and it cut her eye. I was like, come on, man, don't stop the fight. Her corner worked that eye good though, man. She got a hell of a good cut person over there in the corner. I don't know who it was, but they did a hell of a job by keeping it from just running and gushing. They kept it sealed up, kept it cleaned up, where she can continue to fight and finish the fight out. Shoot, hell of a fight, hell of a fight. Just end up. That was a good night of fights. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Jake Paul, they put on. It was a nice production. If Netflix had been able to have all their stuff running like they needed to, but other than that, he was out there. They put on a good show. Farmer out here acting like the Nate Campbell with these youngsters. He was giving Zepeda everything Zepeda could ask for. He was putting hands on those Zepeda. Putting hands on them. See, my door just opened and closed right then. That time it wasn't even one of the children. It's the wife with the grandson in the arm. They just on me. But I love it. Every minute of it. That was good. Man, I got some more notes that I needed to touch on. That boy, Benavidez Morel, that's the one, man. That's the one. Figueroa Fulton, that's one too. Ramos Rosario, Ramos Jr., let me see his name right. Trey said, look for that man to put hands all over Rosario. Hands all over him. I don't know if PBC gonna still hold out, but right now, at this moment in time, PBC is putting on a good card. Say nobody gets injured or anything like that. Please, boxing gods, keep everybody healthy and ready so we can see the clash of all these fighters take place, especially Benavidez Morel. They was talking that talk at the press conference. Talking that talk. We're going to see who's going to bag it up, though. Let's see who's going to bag it up. Will it be Benavidez with the hand speed, coming forward, just bringing pressure? Will he dig to the body? Will Morel come forward, swinging hammers like Milner? That's Thor's hammer. Will he be bashing on Benavidez? Who's going to come through and do the do? Man, I can't wait to see it. Eric Carr is bringing out, says Oscar was probably cussing the rest of the 5 fighters in his stable in the back. Don't y'all ask me for no more knuckles. Y'all don't ever listen. Well, only thing I can say about Oscar is, he all over Eddie Hearns. He sweated that he could put a squad together, and Eddie could put a squad together, and he gonna come out on top. But shit. Right now, everybody's been fighting good. Every fight that I've seen since Friday has been a good fight. Fights prior to that has been good fights. Very good fights. Bam Rodriguez, great fight. Shit. The fight before that was a great fight. I cannot believe I'm not remembering, because the old boy that got beat, surprise, Boots people, on that Boots card. Cali Cole went out there and got his ass surprise, because he watched another fighter beat the guy that he was facing with a body blow. And he had the nerve to say, well, I hit much harder than that guy. You can see what's going to happen. And he started off doing good. Then he abandoned his jab. I don't know if it's because he got cracked and he wanted to show that he can crack back. But as long as he was using the jab and catching old boy with straight rights and going to the body, he was looking good and he could have pulled off that fight. But he didn't do that. And he found himself falling to the ground, taking a knee by what? Not headshots, by body shots. The same thing that he laughed at and ridiculed his opponent for getting stopped by. Ain't karma a bitch? The universe be listening, man. You got to be on point and always thinking when you just throw something out in the universe, because it might come directly back, and that you won't like. Eric R said, Eddie is like a black cat. He stay getting stars whooped. Well, at least he getting them out there. At least he getting them out there. But you can't help but listen to him sometimes. It always sounds like he got an underlying plan. Like soon as Boots and Brian Norman fight fell apart, the first thing he said was the dude that they just let come back. Mr. was dirty, but now all of a sudden he clean. Conor Ben. Eddie, I'm like, Eddie is the only one I know that shamelessly will promote a mug that's just been caught dirty. He said that's his matchmaking probably. Teddy Long, you going one-on-one with the Undertaker. But damn. That's how you feel? That's how it's going down with him out there? No, I don't think so. But they are going out there and losing. Anthony Joshua just can't seem to scrape a win together, except over in Ghana when he knocked him out. Fake confidence, false confidence, not fake, but false confidence, because you knocked out a dude that wasn't a boxer. And yeah, it swore you up, and then you went out there and got humbled again by Dubois. Now, I heard that Jake Paul turned down Beterbiev, but possibly looking at Dubois, I don't think he want that smoke, especially since he seemed to have a hedge around his chin. I think Dubois go out there and mess Jake Paul up. I don't want to say the F word, but I think he'll go out there and put those paws on Jake Paul, do him like he did AJ. False sense of security. There it is. That's what he went out there with after he knocked out Ngannou. A false sense of security. I'm back. You see how I knocked him out? I slept that boy. Went to bed dreaming about it, waking up, eating cereal, thinking about it. Eddie Hearn said, hey, you can beat Dubois, mate. You can beat him, mate. Nothing to it, mate. You can, confidentially, you can go out there and just take him apart. He's not ready. Not ready at all. Went out there, got his ass whooped. Simple and plain. That false sense of security left so after that first overhand right touched his chin, all that security of his, all that false security floated out the window. Like those videos they made when he got beat by Andy Ruiz, and they showed like he got his soul knocked out of him. Had the bags and went straight to the airport, got on the plane and left. Craziness. Internet is undefeated. Undefeated. Man, all those good fights that took place, I feel great about each one of them pretty much. Especially Bam's fight. Bam Rodriguez representing Texas. Mario Barrios representing Texas. Brandon Figueroa representing Texas. So Brandon, heartbreak, what can you do? What you gonna do when you go out there against Fulton in the second fight? I know you're gonna throw a lot of punches and still bring pressure. That didn't work the first time. It was a close fight, controversial, like you know, Fulton said. So somebody gonna have to step out of their comfort zone and really try to make something happen. And if I'm thinking correctly, Brandon did say he did not plan on letting it go to the judges. Now that's some serious statement. He's saying he's looking to stop Fulton. That's what Brandon Figueroa said he's going to do. He's going to stop Fulton. Not letting it go to the judges. Well, all I can say is, let's see how that turned out. You got the stones, you got the sand to make that happen. I know he got the heart to go in there and try to make it happen. But is Fulton gonna comply, or will Fulton throw a monkey wrench in the situation and send Brandon home with another loss? These are the things that's happening. He say he's gonna get that special strength. Daniel Dubois look like the only dude that can punch you in your face and it do something weird like knock the wind out of you. That's the thing. I didn't see that, you know what I'm saying? I saw him catch that chin and knock the equilibrium out of it. And it seemed like it takes AJ, what's the other brother's name that beat at 154? Julius Williams, AJ. It seemed like it take them so long to get they bearings back after they get rocked. But I will give AJ this. He didn't just give up. He kept on fighting. Landed a good punch that rocked old Dubois a little bit. And he got a little overzealous. Ran up on him. Threw it straight, if I'm thinking right. And decided he was going to try to throw an uppercut too far back. And dun, caught that right overhand and hit the floor and was straight like a board. That was a good night. But one of the best showings got to be my boy, Bam Rodriguez. His fight was spectacular. Stopped the man that was boasting had not been stopped. And to catch him in the corner and do that pivot and throw that uppercut and lay him down, that was just beautiful, man. That boy Bam Rodriguez is the truth. He is the truth. Trey X said, "Yep, at least Joshua tried to fight, unlike Wilder in his last two fights. He didn't even let his hands go. Is he retired? Did he retire? Because if I didn't know any better, I saw him at the fight, but I think I read something or somewhere. I did read it. I just don't remember where. A statement about him thinking that he could beat Dubois. And I think they was even saying that he was getting a new trainer. I don't know if any of that is true, but I don't see Wilder going out there beating Dubois. I just don't. Right now, I don't see Wilder beating anybody. The cloak of invincibility is gone. You know, nobody's worried about the powerful right hand anymore. They know how to get around it. They know how to work it. They know how to do exactly what they need to do to get Wilder out of there. Joseph Parker, Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury really just sucked all of the remaining fight out of Wilder. Those three fights with Fury, I think, sucked it all out of him. I honestly, I don't think he really has the taste for fighting anymore. He's just not sure if he's ready to walk away from it yet. But I tell him what he bet not do, what he should not do. And if he have a thought, he should slap himself, go look in the mirror and say, sit your crazy self down. Remember, he was talking about trying to go into MMA. I don't think that would be a good idea. But, you know, if he tries it, he tries it. But seeing the stuff that's going on in MMA and how those dudes' skills seem to be so much better right now, he don't stand a chance. He said, I don't even see Wilder beating Francis. Wow. If that, yeah, I don't know. Wilder should fight Kevin Lerner for the Bridgerweight title. If he can't beat Lerner, he definitely should retire. At Bridgerweight, the class, didn't they make that class up pretty much to try to get Wilder in there where he could have been like the star? He turned that down. But even in there, bro, I just don't have confidence that he'll let his hands go. That I just don't have no confidence that he'll try to that he will let his hands go. I think he'll go out there and do like he did against Zane and Parker. Be waiting to pull the trigger and just can't. Eric also say now, Jake Paul was smart. He called Wilder out to try to shut up his critics. Well, hell, that might do something. I don't know. You think enough people still would be like, oh, Wilder can go out there and knock out Jake Paul? He could if he let his hand go, but he got to let his hands go. He said that man is a 0. Wilder has only lost to 4.5. Yeah, bro. But those 4.5s, you know, Fury, Parker, Zane, those 4.5s, you know, and one of those 4.5s he had to face 3 times. I think those dudes, I think it's out of him. I think it's out of him. I just don't. I wouldn't bet no money on Wilder to beat nobody right now. I high on Wilder. Yes, I was. I rode with him, screamed for him, rooted for him. But hell, I can see the writing on the wall, and I just don't see him pulling off no wins anymore. Not I just don't. Hell, this Earl Spence fight that's supposed to be taking place with the Towering Inferno, I'm still fumbling in my mind on how I think the truth is gonna come out and fair. Really? You haven't been in the ring, shit. When did him and Crawford fight? 2 years ago? Over 2 years? Shit, that's gonna be something. Say the YouTube Black Panther will convince him to take that fight. Boy, you know you crazy with that one. My bro say, you can't assume a man will lose to a 0 because he lost to 4.5. There's levels. True. There are levels. I just don't know if Wilder let his hands go. That's all. But he could prove me wrong. He could do that. He can go out there and all of a sudden get struck by lightning and turn into that superhero that so many people was loving because of that one hand, and he might unleash that mug and kaboom, get a detonation. And they'll be like, Wilder's back. I won't be like Wilder's back. I'll be like, okay, you got him a win. But shit, let's not push it too much. He said, Jake needs to call me. I'll put that together. Paul versus Wilder, Juneteenth. That boy Eric R is crazy. Crazy. Quick note. Me and my boy Obese from the Track Titans, we did the fight song for Southwest Legacy High School here in San Antonio. They happen to be the Titans, which goes well with us being the Track Titans. We did them a fight song. The basketball game that I went to the other week, that I let everybody know I was there watching the kids do their thing. They played the song for their kids. Their kids liked it. So now we're going through the process of seeing if we can get the song approved by the district so it can be played for them whenever they want to at their football games, basketball games, and whatnot. They got a radio station that broadcasts the high school games here, and that song will end up being part of the playlist as far as when the games are played. So we're making some moves. I just want to let y'all know that the Track Titans aren't sleeping. You know, you guys haven't been hearing a lot of music, but the album, all the songs that have been put together, they're going through the mix down right now. And we're looking forward to dropping the album on Christmas Day of this year. So look forward to that. He said, man, that song last week you was playing was fire. Oh, you're gonna have to remind me of which song I played last week, Eric. After I get through doing the stream or making the video or come home, I play so many of the songs or beats that I got cooked up. I can't remember. I got a young artist named Legit Born that I told you guys about. And he went to Chicago to try out to open up for Waka Flocka. He ended up getting second place. So he didn't get that part. But the song went over quite well, which means that, you know, our music is getting heard on a different level. It's starting to get out for the guys that's doing their shows, because, you know, me and my brothers don't really do shows anymore. So I'm trying to spend some time and help some of the youngsters that's coming up by giving them some good tracks and some good music to work with. And I try to impart some knowledge on them on what to look out for and you know, how they should be making sure they keep themselves protected by having their paperwork done, reading every line and understanding what's being said in any contract that's presented to them. And just trying to overall make sure that they don't have to go through some of the bumps and bruises that I had to go through with my brothers, because people will screw you for sure, no matter what. When it comes down to it, music is a wicked thing when you're working on it, working in it, because people are, you know, motherfuckers just ain't real, just not real. So with that being said, I didn't plan on keeping you guys a long time. Like I said, my babies have shown up to help me celebrate their mom for our 27 years of being married. My wife and I have been part of her family longer than she has been grown, longer than I have been grown, longer than her sisters. I can actually say I know somebody that I've been tied to longer than I have had an adult life. And that's crazy. But it's live. Love it. I appreciate that, bro. With the congratulations, I greatly appreciate that, for sure. With that being said, I'm going to get ready to wrap up. But before I do that, I will go ahead and, he said I wouldn't put money on it, but it wouldn't shock me if Jake beat Wilder. Even though, yeah, I wouldn't put money on Wilder. I wouldn't bet against him, not with Jake Paul, because, you know, like you said, it's levels, and Wilder could end up detonating one of those big hands, but, you know, he got to let his hands go in order to do that. And I just don't know if I believe he'd do that. But with that being said, let me put that on there. I'm gonna go ahead and jam a little bit, because that's what I like to do, because I can. It's a beautiful thing. And I think this might be the song you was talking about, bro. It's called I'm gonna go ahead and play my artist song if I can get it to go. Y'all give me a second. I ain't gonna quite close the doors yet, but this is called You Can't, featuring Legit Born. It never fails when I try to go ahead and play a song and I say it all right and get it set up to play. It always give me a hard time and not pop right on up like it's supposed to. Damn thing, yeah, I don't know. Be hating sometimes. Try it again. And we're going to go ahead and drop a song called Get Born.
I tell them you can't get like me, oh man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, oh man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. No. Saving what hoes? Do you see me with a cake? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mopped out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it, and dip. She fast food. Girl, let me show you what this cash do. I'm going nuts like the cashews. My name in they mouth with a bad mood. Not a brokey, I go with a cash move. I'ma set this shit off if I have to. Hey. Niggas ain't built like me, Bionicles, but you self-made. It's ironic though, you original, but you be copying. I'm by my coins, I got that sonic flow. Bruce Lee, Roy, bitch, I got the glow. Probably run a ticket up at Papa Do's. Call me Young Atomic, cause I'm about to blow, nigga. Pause, no homo, no homo.
Man, that's called You Can't, featuring Legit Born. Young man from out of San Antonio, up and coming rapper. He got some promising. He does a lot of shows. He's getting his name out there here, and he be out here getting his name out. You know, the clubs know him. These youngsters out here know his name and everything. So, with that being said, yeah, we're gonna work with him. He said, "You be confident, OG." Laughing out loud. Put a little doubt in your voice before you play it. Yeah, I guess that would be it. Yeah, he went local. He went loco on that beat. Yeah, he did his thing on there. You know what I'm saying? And he's hungry. My daughter brought a guy to me. I'm working on him as well, trying to get him ready and set to get going. With that being said, I got another song featuring my boy Legit Born called Back and Forth, coming out of the house of the Track Titans. We're going to see if we can get this one to roll for you. Y'all let me know what you think. Your brother MZ trying to help the youngsters. Let's get it. Once again, my computer said, "No, we ain't going to do it like you want to do it. We're going to do it the way I want to do it, cocksucker." So, with that being said, Back and Forth by Legit Born, Track Titans. Back and forth, we go. 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 Back and forth.
Now you won't catch me going back and forth unless it's to and from the bank. I never do back and forth with a downright hater or a chick who said I can't. I smoke loud, the strongest dank. It's up with me, shouted, what you think? Drip too hard, they all gon' drown. The hater try me, he walk the plank. Chef Boyardee with the cook up. If you think it's sweet, but it good luck. I be all in the mix like potluck. Kettle corn, believe I pop up. Bubble rap, they be mad wanna pop us. Go hard, it's just too easy. If it ain't about cash, bump that back and forth, cause it don't please me.
Back and forth,
bump that.
Back and forth,
Bump that.
back and forth.
Ain't no tennis court around this way, little mama. I don't do that back and forth. Keep that moving. did this. Why would I go back and forth with haters broken, hella jealous? Why would I go back and forth with chicks who wrong and overzealous? So you out here running your mouth like we connect. That's how you tell it. Only time we back and forth is when I'm in it out your pelvis. Why would I back and forth when I know he capping and just ain't built like that? Why would I back and forth when I'm knowing off top his top, I peel that back? Why would I put myself on a low man level? Boy, I wish I would. And why would I back and forth when they all about drama and I just keep it hood?
Back and forth.
We don't.
Back and forth. Back and forth.
We don't.
Back and forth.
Baby, I'm back and forth over that mediocre mess. I ain't even that athletic, really.
Back and forth.
We be back and forth on the road, back and forth doing shows, back and forth switching goal, back and forth switching woes. Solid hitters never fold. Back and forth to the trap, back and forth switching straps. You can miss me with that acting. They be trying to catch me lacking, but it won't happen. UPS, your boy packing. Ayy, don't back and forth if it's irrelevant. They know I'm a threat and it's evident. Got your chick showing me her measurement. Only real hitters at my residence. Yeah, it's up and it's stuck like it's supposed to be. About to bag a chick like some groceries. Now he mad, she wanna get close to me, cause she know I don't do all that.
Back and forth, we go. Back and forth, back and forth, we go. Back
Only
and
time I
forth,
ever really go back and forth is about my paper.
back
It's my money
and forth,
and I need it now. You
back
dig?
and forth,
I
we
don't
go.
back and forth like ping pong, cause that is just too extra.
Too much.
I don't do that back and forth with a hater who down bad and I'm next up. Like a bodybuilder, I flex up, made a hobby out of running checks up. No condiments need to catch up, do it big like I'm from Texas.
Real
Go
big.
back and forth, I doubt it. I hustle, stack it, then count it.
Cash.
Better boss up with that little cash, big red nose, he clowning. That money boosting my ego. I'm going crazy like CeeLo. Try to play with me, I go Devo. Never go back and forth with a zero, man.
That was Back and Forth by my boy Legit Born. Tracks by the Track Titan, Musically Zone, aka MZ. Y'all know what it is. With that being said, you know, I got to thank everybody for showing up. I know a lot of people gonna catch the replay, so I thank you for that. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and drop one more before we go out the door. Trying to figure out what we want to drop here. You know what? Let's go with something old school. And I would say that would be High Noon. See if we can get High Noon to play on time and right. Let's get it. Man, High Noon is not playing right. I think that's the wrong version of it, honestly. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and hit you with Tighten Up. Let me check and make sure, because that's got to be right. Nope. That one. Let me see. No, we ain't set. She not set yet. I'm sorry, Eric. So I'm going to end it the way I started it. Do 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 do. Yeah. Blessed with these lines. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let my boy. We're gonna let you can't like me. Yo, man ain't like me. We're gonna go ahead and let him take us out. At the end of that song, we'll be gone. So I'll say thank you for joining me tonight. I hope that everything in your life is going well and everything that you try to do in your endeavors go well for you. Keep your head up. Things get hard, push through it because it's got to do exactly what it's got to do. My boy Eric R says, if I win the lottery, I'm buying you your own radio station. I'll work it every day till I close my eyes, bro. I promise you that. I won't say anymore. Every day above ground is a good day because there's a lot of people in New Orleans that ain't underground, they're above ground. You know, they put their bodies on top of the ground. So every day above ground ain't a good day unless you're breathing. How about that? So with that being said, I'm gonna say good night, but I want you to go ahead and rock out till you can't. Peace. You can't get like me. Peace. We out.